Hi friends, we are back and we are going to make a double strand bracelet with this being the focal, and we're going to do something a little different with it. I am going to make sure I have two very long pieces because I want to make sure that I have enough to go in and out of the beads. And if I have leftovers, I always use my leftovers as earrings or what have you. Every time I make a piece like this with a big flower in the middle, it sells. So I have like probably a 14-inch piece of wire, actually two pieces that size. And these pieces are going to go, both of them, through, and these are 7 strand. Both of them are going to go through this flower. I've used this flower this way before, so voila, that's how we're going to start. There's our flower. Now I put silver against this because I kind of wanted to make this silver. It did not work. It looked absolutely horrid. So it's going to be gold. The findings. We're going to get this put back in its bag or it's going to blow all over our table here. And we're going to have a mess. All right. I have these from May Bargain Bead Box, or June Bargain Bead Box. They actually accentuate the gold in the flower and help with this. These are garnets, and look at how nice they look together. So we're going to do that. I also have these if I decide to use them, and I have my gold spacers, and if I decide to use bigger ones, I have them sitting here beside me in right here. Want them on top. Okay, we're just going to start beading. And when you do a double strand bracelet where you're going to be in and out of, I want to make sure I can go 2 strands through these. I'm pretty sure I've done it before. I'm going to do it right now to make sure. Because sometimes these have issues, okay? Make sure both strands go through that one. Cool. All right, so when you're doing this, you need to separate when you first start. So we're going to start by putting some really tiny beads right there. So I have my gold. We can use gold or we can use something different, but I think probably the gold. We need that pop. So I'm going to get some gold seed beads out. These are 11-O's. It's my standard that I use. Perma-Finish Galvanized Starlight. I am going to be putting probably 2 on each one. This gets us away from the flower to be able to add, and I'm going to tape down this end. I don't want my stuff to fly off the other way. I don't know where my things are, so there's that. And then I think we're going to add a peach bead, and I'm not going to bead each side the same, each, you know, one the same. They're going to be a little different. So I think I'm going to do like this on this wire. I really like them together. They're really nice. Peach. think I'm gonna go gold. I'm gonna tag him down so he doesn't go anywhere. This one, I think I'm gonna go the opposite way. Peach, another garnet. Gold. Oh, for Pete's sake. Look at how pretty that is. Now I'm going to push them up against that flower. I think I'm going to go one more set. I think I'm going to do right here, I'm going to do okay, where's the hole in you, little dude? I don't want to be chasing you all morning. Yeah, like that. Garnet. Garnet. And hold on a second. I thought Alan was coming in. So I've got garnet, garnet, gold. And then over here, I think I'm going to go throw it out a little bit. Peach, garnet, gold. Mixing it up a little bit. See if they are the same. Push them up there. This one's a little shy, so I think I'm going to add one more gold. Or to make it look even, I think I'm going to put the gold in the middle. Gold. Yes, my wires swapped sides, that's fine. Now they are even. I'm going to go ahead and put my next big bead that both wires are going to go through. And this will be one of my bracelets I charge like $15 for. And then I'm going to bring it right up. I may have to put and it is okay to have your wire showing. That's why you use colored wire. I like that. But you want it to be flexible. Nice. I like that. So I'm going to go ahead and keep beading. So again, make sure we keep plenty of gold. I'm going to make sure I put 2 here on this end. I think I'm going to go with the garnet on this one. Dude. And I'm really not going to do too much pattern wise. I'm just going to make it look very aesthetic. And as long as the two ends meet, I'm happy with it. And then I'm going to go peach. And I think I'm going to go 2 garnets. And a gold. 2 golds. I think that's where I'm going to end this side on this one. Okay, I'm back. They're having problems with the baler. It is so immensely hot out there. He opened the door. He only talked to me like for 2 minutes, and this camper's like 90 degrees. I mean, it didn't take much to heat it back up in here for sure. Yeah, they're having issues really bad with the baler. I mean, it happens every year, you know, farm life. But anyhow, because these beads are so close in size, I can pretty much count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. But I think I'm going to go ahead and put one more on because I'm using less gold beads, as you can see. And I can add a couple gold beads. The peach ones are a little bit smaller, so they that's okay. I'll go with it because the bead is not actually down there where it belongs. Get everything squishy squished. Looks good. I'm going to go with it for now. We're going to tape this end down, pull this end up, and do kind of maybe sort of the same. It doesn't have to be. So I'm going to do 2 beads. Garnet. Come on, dude. I like double like strand looking bracelets that are held together. You know, like I'm doing this one. And they don't have to look the same. On both sides. I do kind of want them to match though, because that looked terrible. Okay, where are you? Gold and 2 of these. And a gold. Stick you down. One, two. So what is your favorite style bracelet? Do you prefer wrap bracelets? Do you prefer memory wire, leather, cord? There's so many styles of bracelets. Single strand, double strand. Do you like to stack bracelets? You know, buy bracelets that are like in a bundle that you can just wear all together that are already coordinated. You know, I know that is a thing with a lot of people. And one more of these. Peach, garnet, peach, peach, garnet. And another gold. Yippee-yay! Put this on. This bracelet's almost done. It really doesn't take long when you get your stuff out and you kind of have an idea of what you want. And you see how nicely it comes together. I really like the aesthetic of it. You just got to make sure you're pulling all your wires. Okay, I'm back. I don't think you guys missed a whole lot because I'm doing 2 wires in the crimp. I'm going to use crimp tubes. I did have some from Bargain Bead Box because I'm out of crimp tubes pretty much on the gold and the silver. So that's why I've been using the little crimp beads. So we're back to this. I don't know how much you guys missed before my phone shut off because the battery died. I went in, charged it for a while. I was beading this last side right here. It's actually been like an hour and a half, 2 hours, so bear with me. We're doing this side right here, this upper one over here. So I've got the pink crystal, and then we need the garnet. I was hoping to be able to get through this bracelet before the phone died, but it didn't make it. That's okay. I did get my video uploaded for today. Today is Monday. This video will be Wednesday. So we're doing the garnet, the crystal, and then a gold spacer. And now we're going to repeat that pink, crystal, I think it's actually supposed to be peach, my last garnet. Don't do that. Another one of these peach crystals, and then 2. And I think I'm actually going to only put 1 on because this side is a little bit longer and I need to take 1 off from this one. Okay. Now we're going to see how they look, and we're going to do our squeeze play. This is where everything comes together. I'm going to kind of put you there. I want to squeeze play all this together. And yes, as you can see, I definitely needed to take that 1 off. So I'm going to stick you down. And then I'm going to do the same over here. Squeeze play. Get everything down where it needs to be. Check it out. Looks good. Alright, so like I said, I'm going to have a lot of excess. I think I'm going to work from the other side. From this way. I am going to kind of try this on. It's going to be way too big. So, easing my arm back out. And I'm going to take my last beads off. But just the beads. I'm going to put 2 back here. And 1 gold one back here. I had to walk across the hayfield and give Alan water, so I'm like freaking out that I don't have a tick crawling on me. And then I'm going to tape that down. I have a hair. Get rid of that. I'm going to come over here, remove that bead, put this on, remove that bead and put these 2 back on. And I'm going to try it again. It's still too tight or too loose. Too many. Too many. All right. 1 more bead goes. I'm looking over here, so this one gets 1. 2. This one gets 1. And I think this should fix the problem. Over here, remove 1. Try to get these 2 back on. You have it in your mind that you're going to have a tick on you, and then everything you feel is a tick crawling. Does anybody else do that? Is it just me? Okay. That should be right. I'm going to go ahead and go for it. I'm going to call it. So I'm going to get my ends even. We're going to need 2 clamshells. Starting with that, we're not going to worry about anything else on the table. We're going to put them both wires through the clamshell. We're going to get these, I believe, are gosh, I think they're the bigger ones, 2 by 2.5. Okay. There's no way I'm imagining. I think I just touched the table and thought I was, never mind. Never mind, guys. These are 2 by 2.5 crimp tubes. These are the bigger ones. As you can see, they're really big. And they are great for doing this. As you can see, look at the size of that crimp tube. That's why they're not in with the rest of my crimp tubes. We are going to flatten this crimp tube just like that. And again, we want to make sure they're flattened all the way around all that wire because they are really big crimp tubes. I'm going to pull, feels good, bring my clasp up, it's on there tight, and I want to trim that excess wire. There we go, like that. We're going to fold over our clamshell, give it a little hug, make sure that is tight. Now for the tricky part. I'm going to get all these out of the way. I'm going to slide everything down, starting with our ends. Get everything down there. Get our flower down there. Push everything down piece by piece. So it looks like this. And voila. We do want to make sure it has plenty of room to breathe. Don't want to make it too tight. See how much extra I had left? I gave myself plenty of room. I'm going to open this really wide because that's a big crimp tube we're working with. Drop that clamshell down there all the way at the end. We want this clamshell to be the same direction as our bracelet, if at all possible. If not, don't fret about it. It's okay. So I'm going to put this pair of pliers right across my bracelet. I'm going to bend my bracelet around those pliers. That's going to give me my curl I want. I'm going to also make sure that we don't have big gappy-opas. Make sure everything's lining up. Grabbing that crimp tube, holding my wire along so that it's going the same direction as my bracelet. I'm going to squish it. Squish, 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 squish. Remove everything. Reaching in here, and I want to make sure that everything is tight. All the way across. I see a lot of empty space around those wires. I'm going to crimp that crimp tube. I'm going to give it a tug test. It's tight. Now we can cut our wires. I actually have enough to do an entire bracelet on each wire. Okay, now we can close it. Give it a little hug. Give this a nice tight squeeze. There is our bracelet, and it will round out really nicely. No stiffness. And we are going to get our lobster. Six millimeter, 4 millimeter. Now, how close did I come to my wrist? I was 6 3/4 inch. That is really close. What I will do is use 2 of these. They are both 6 millimeter. I'm going to use them both, one on each end. I cannot do that. That throws me off. We're going to open it. We're going to put one on this end with our lobster. We're going to close it. Not quite. So much nicer. We're going to put this one on to clasp into, and I think we'll make a dangle. Sorry guys, we'll make a dangle. I'm going to go ahead, put that on, close it up nice and tight. Let's go ahead and close this. I'll show you what it looks like first. I forgot to bring my helper out. So we have like that. I don't have a hold of it very good, guys. Sorry. Very pretty. Well, I drop it. Okay, let's make a dangle. What should we put on it? I think we'll use one of those as a dangle. Actually, you know what? I only have one of this color, and it more goes with that. So let's use that. And let's get a gold head pin. Let's put a, oh, you know what? Let's use a, oh, I don't have one out here. A couple of these. I think that would look nicer. There we go. And then I am going to, these are really stiff, so I think we'll just go ahead and make a loop. I'm holding it against my finger. I'm going to come up right about there because I don't want too big of a loop. Maybe there. And then I'm going to grab my needle nose pliers. And we're going to go back, release, and then make a loop. I'm going to come in. Actually, it looks really nice. I like that. Now we're going to open our loop, hold of it here, open it up, and we're going to put it right on. And then we're going to close it. There we go. We have our little dangle. Now we'll close it. And there is our flower bracelet. Very pretty. Thank you guys for hanging out with me on this double strand bracelet. I really appreciate all of you, and I'll talk to all of you guys down below. I'll bring you a little closer so you can see it really close. Thank you guys so much. I really like how this turned out. I love that big black check glass flower. It is so pretty. Anyhow, hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll talk to all of you guys down in the comments. Bye everybody.